This Rockets team is super young and they have a lot of exciting pieces to look forward to in the future. So in today's video, we're going to be building on that and seeing what we can do for them. Let's get it. So I would like to be a little bit different today. In a lot of these videos, it ends up being trade this person, trade that person. You just end up with a crazy different roster. I would like to build through the draft. Now, I'm not going to make any promises, obviously, because anything can happen, but that is definitely going to be the goal going into this. So hopefully we can tank a little bit here towards the end of the season and get a high draft pick, and then we'll basically pick it up from there. So if we go quickly over to the NBA standings, we are down the bottom. We're actually the worst team in the West, which is nice for now. 18 and 53, and then in the East, it's always the other way around. It's not RT, it's RB. 16 and 56 for the Pistons. So we are a couple games ahead of them. So I'm just trying to think, we probably don't want to shut anyone down just to give them some more experience. So I guess we're just going to hope we actually do lose out these last few games. System proficiency is 3 stars, pace and space was Stephen Silas. So we will go to the end of the season and see where we finish. All right, here we are, end of the season. Giannis winning MVP, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a minute. Paolo wins Rookie of the Year. So unfortunately, we don't get Jabari winning that, but I guess that makes sense. He only put up 13 and 7, whereas Paolo put up 20 and 7 on better efficiency. Tyus Jones, 6th man. Joel Embiid, D-boy, that's cool. And we get Şengün as most improved. Let's go, dude. I love that. 15 points up from about 10, so we'll take that. Coach of the Year goes to Bud, and then we just get Jabari Smith on all rookie second team. So let's see where we ended up. All right, so we didn't even finish as the worst team in the West. Technically, the Spurs must have the tiebreaker. So we are 21 and 61, and then we are 1 game ahead of the Pistons in the East. So let's go ahead and see who wins the finals this season. Not sure who it's going to be. Give me... I was going to say the Bucks, but they don't even make it. So it's going to be the Mavs against the Hawks. That'd be a really cool series to see. And Luka actually loses to Trae Young. There you go. I noticed in one of my other videos, the Lakers series, I read a box score back to front between Philly and Atlanta. So that's my redemption there. Now, obviously, if Vic is available, I'd be kind of silly not to take it. But if you've seen the recent Hornets rebuild, we did have him, so I don't know if I want to do that. It looks like we may have OKC's pick. We do have the projected second odds, so I'm thinking I probably would rather take Scoot in this one just because we can play him next to Jalen Green, and then we already have Şengün, so we will just go through this and see where we end up. All right, and it looks like the Thunder get to keep that pick. I'm assuming it was lottery protected. So we have the 5th odds. I don't know, it looks like we moved up, but I could have sworn we had higher odds to begin with, so unless I misread that, and I've just exited out of that. Hopefully that has not reset, and it looks like it has. Fantastic. All right, well, that's extremely frustrating. So the last time I saw you guys was pretty much at the draft lottery, and I don't know what's happening with my OBS. I'm having some weird bugs ever since I made a couple of changes. I was making some changes to the video mode and the lighting, and now it's just doing weird stuff. But basically, I went through the offseason. We took Scoot. We got the 2nd overall pick, which is awesome. Then the only other signing I made was picking up John Isaac to have a vet on the roster. We're now at the trade deadline. We're somehow 28 and 26, which is kind of crazy, but we are not currently in the playoff picture. So the West is pretty good. If we go over to our coach game plan, I'm just seeing the stats for the first time. So Scoot has about 16 and 8. I love to see that, 44%. Jalen Green's putting up 26 on 50, 40, almost 80 splits with 5 assists. That's beautiful. John Isaac is our starting small forward, 6 on 5, 1 steal, 1 block, 40% from the field, 36 from 3. Bari, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 40%. And then where's Şengün? I want to see him. So 15, 9, and about 5 on 49, 30 splits. That's really cool. Kevin Porter Jr. is our 6th man, 13 and 4 on 40% from 3. Tari Eason, 12 and about 6.5 on 45%, 40%. Everyone's playing really well, dude. I love to see it, especially as a young team. Usman, obviously, these guys haven't got any minutes, so I don't think I'll be making any trades. We're just going to go through the rest of the season, and luckily you guys didn't miss too much. I didn't realize that my OBS bugged out up until now, so lucky I caught it. But in any case, I will see you guys shortly. All right, and kind of amazingly, we had 44 wins. Okay, I'll take that. Luka wins MVP. Scoot is your Rookie of the Year with 16 and 5. So we get 2 awards in a row. Not the same one, but 2 awards nonetheless. 7 assists, 44% from the field. That 3-point percentage scares me a little bit. Claxton wins Depoy this time, and Darius Garland is your most improved. Joe Mazzulla, Coach of the Year. Do we get anybody on an All-NBA team? Maybe a little bit of sneaky Jalen Green? No, it does not look like it, unfortunately. We do, of course, go ahead and get Scoot on all rookie first team. Vic is there as well for the Blazers. How did he do? About 13 points. And amazingly, we are the 8 seed. We made the playoffs, dude. Let's go. So we saw how everyone was playing. I'm assuming it didn't change too much. We will go ahead and cut this down to a 9-man for the play-in tournament. They want to start Kmart Jr., but I think we will definitely keep Jonathan Isaac in there because it worked out for us so far. We can go ahead and give him those extra 7 minutes. Cool. So I think just to get these guys a bit of experience, we will cut down some minutes here and we'll go about 37 and 38 to those guys. Alpi definitely needs some more minutes, so we can go a few minutes off these guys and then go ahead and give those to him. Everyone else is probably good. We can also go 1 from there to Bari. So let's see, we have the Clippers in the first round. Who do they have? Is it their normal team? They do have McConnell starting at the point guard. That's low-key, nice pickup. And then Covington starting at power forward. I think we can beat them, even though they are technically the high seed. Let's see how we go. We are in LA. We start off with a bit of a lead there, but it's nothing too crazy. Looks like we do pull ahead a little bit here. Right, going into the fourth, we blow it a little bit, but we might be able to hold on. And it looks like we are, dude. Let's go. So in year 2, just with player development, your Houston Rockets are going to be in the playoffs going against the Memphis Grizzlies. So 2 young teams facing off. They have Ja, they have Bane. They're starting Bruce Brown, so they lost Dylan Brooks in free agency, I'm assuming, Jaren Jackson and Steven Adams. We're low-key not even a bad team. We're not even a terrible matchup for them, so let's see how we go here. So game 1 in Memphis, let's go ahead and see they do win. It was a close game though. It was only 1 point, so we could have easily had this one. It was a super close fourth quarter. It looks like we had a good second quarter, but they had a good first quarter, so that evens out. Ja has 32, 5, and 6, and on our end, Alpi with 31, 14, and 6 with 2 steals and a block. I'm here for it, man. Game 2, they go up 2-0. That hurts a little bit. Ja with a 34-point triple-double. That time, Jalen Green, he does it all, but it was not enough. Jayshawn Tate hasn't been great, so I'm going to drop him to about 8 minutes. Tari Eason's been pretty good, but we can still take some off him. Kenya Martin's been horrible, so let's actually go ahead and swap them. We can go about 12 there. We can keep Tari at 20, and so is Kevin Porter Jr. So we can go 20 there, 25 there. We'll actually drop him down to 18. We can play the young studs about 40 apiece, and Alpi's been our best player arguably, so we can go 41 there. We'll go 1 more there, and actually 42 to Alpi. Can we win a single game? We do win 1, so it's 2-1. Let's go. Jalen Green with a 33-point triple-double, dude. That's awesome. That's what I want. Jabari Smith with 25 points. Alpi with a 22-14 piece, and Scoot with 16 and 8. Ja Morant, 23 was that? I didn't see. 29, 5, and 6. Can we tie it up 2-2? They got 3-1, so I think that might be all she wrote. They were close games though. I mean, this one went to OT. It was a 2-pointer. Jalen Green with 37, but Ja with 46 and 13. We'll simcast this one, but I would imagine, sadly, that is all she wrote, Houston. So let's have a look. If we do win 1, I'll take that. But even if we took 1 game in our first playoff run, that's definitely more than I could have hoped for. It is a close game, but I feel like they've all been close games. And it is super close. We'll go, all right, so it's a tie game. Let's hop in. I'm not going to play, but we will watch to see what happens. All right, so fast forwarding a little bit, let's go ahead and see. We do have a 4-point lead. They have the ball. This camera angle is horrible. I don't know why that glitch is still in there. When you choose no side, it makes you reset it manually. But let's see. Ja's got the ball on top. Is he going to do anything, or is he just going to dribble the air out of the ball? He does drive. He gets past Şengün and throws it down. Okay, so it's only a 2-point lead. All right, so we got Scoot on the floor. Let's actually just see who it is. Obviously, for them, it's Ja, but it's also Desmond Bane. For us, it's actually Kevin Porter off the bench, but Scoot almost has a triple-double, so that's fantastic for his young career and his development. He pulls up, and he's blocked by Jaren. That's tough. So he might have just sold. They probably wanted to milk that a little bit more, and they get a wide open dunk there. So, I mean, this is it. It might go to overtime. We might have a game winner here, and we might be able to force a game 6 or game 6. I think we're already down 3-1. So we want to go up 3-2. Scoot dribbling the ball here. He's guarded by Ja. That's an exciting matchup for both young teams. Obviously, you would think Ja has the advantage, but we're going to wait, I would assume, probably to about the single digits. He better not pull up for a leaning 3. Can he get around Ja? Man, this is where I wish I had those realistic sliders, but he's going to take a dumb shot. And he had a pretty much wide open lane there. So we're going to OT. I don't have a good feeling about this. We will simcast the rest of it unless it's close. All right, back in simcast. So we do take a slight lead here at the start of overtime. They take it immediately back. 134, 136, we're not scoring. It is still a close game, so can we get down to about a minute? There we go. They go up by an extra 3. So that might be all she wrote. We definitely sold this game. We had an easy win. They gave up those 2 buckets, and then Scoot couldn't get around Jar even when he had a wide open lane. So they more or less need a 3. I mean, they can take the 2. Yeah, Scoot's shot tendency is crazy, man. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Unfortunately, we will be eliminated in 5. And that is the case. But I'll take that from this young team. First time in the playoffs. I mean, Scoot had a triple-double in that closeout game. KPJ had 25, 21, 20. So we're going the right direction. We've got some good pieces. We just need to build off of it. Lakers and the Grizzlies. So it looks like Philly makes it out. And so do the Grizzlies. So technically, hey, we lost to the champions. We'll take that. I was going to say I was a little bit too soon on that. But they do beat Philly in 7. There goes LeBron. There goes Russ. There goes Mike Conley. Hell of a class. There goes LaMarcus, Rondo, Pat Bev. Some good players there. So no crazy picks this time, but we already got our guy. Just kidding. We do have that 3rd pick from the Nets. So I should rephrase. No crazy pick from our own, at least. And yeah, it looks like that's going to the Thunder at 18. All right, so with that 3rd overall pick, this is where we might have to consider, do we want to draft that person or do we want to make a trade? I guess we'll just see who's available at 3, because I feel like we don't really need any more young superstar talent necessarily. We can definitely keep Steven Silas around because that was pretty much exceeding my expectations, that playoff run, even though we only took 1 game off the Grizzlies, but still, the series was a lot closer than that. So I'm assuming Xavier Booker is going to go first. They're trading the pick. Okay, so the Warriors take DJ Wagner first. Wagner, and you're kidding. I mean, Xavier Booker's here. Do I just take him? Because I've seen him progress like crazy in 2K. We already have Alpi. We already have Jabari. I could move Jabari to the small forward. And you know what? I'm actually going to do it. I considered trading out of it. We've already had Ron Holland. I never get Xavier Booker, so let me go ahead and take him. We also have a 2nd round pick here. So this one I might trade. And I would say, in all honesty, we can't trade John Isaac because he's on a team contract. Maybe I should have just done that already and accepted it. But he had a pretty decent season, especially for John Isaac. I would say we could trade him with that pick for something, but by the look of it, it's too soon. So I'll see if we can trade these 2 seconds for anything. We only get offered 2 more seconds. But this is the very first pick of the 2nd round, so it's essentially a late first. I mean, I'd be kind of crazy not to take somebody here. So, I mean, Jackie Lowe is ranked really high. I'll go ahead and take him. There's nothing even available. Can I move just these 2? I mean, I can get a couple of future seconds. I might honestly just do this because I don't really need any more players. Go ahead and take whoever with our final 2nd here. It doesn't matter too much. We'll go best guy available. So Art Jameson. All right, so there you can see we actually have the highest overall in Xavier Booker. That's awesome, dude. I was not planning on that. Jackie Lowe was a steal and Art was too. But I think we just have so many guys that it doesn't really make sense to bring him in. And yeah, unfortunately, I will not be picking him up. But we'll take these other 2. I'm going to decline the options on Jayshawn Tate and Jonathan Isaac. We don't need them. He was good for us. He got us to the playoffs, and now hopefully we can build off of that. Qualifying offers, Kenya Martin can get it, sure. So we will probably have to pay him. I think I would like to bring him back, but I'll just see. So these 2, we're not bringing back Jayshawn. We do have restricted free agency rights on Kenya Martin. So right now it'll be Scoot starting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 2 Phillips actually. That's pretty funny. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I forgot we still have Tari Eason 2, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, I don't think we really need to bring back either of those guys, but I will keep the rights open on Kenya Martin, see if we can pick him up, but we will go ahead and renounce the rights on the other 2. And I think it's going to be 1 more off season of progression. Let's just go ahead and sim to about day 12. Stop at 11 just to be safe. All right. And if we get him back on the QO for 1.9 mil, I'll take that. And we do. It was 2.3, but that's all good. So Jalen Green is up to a 93. Alpi's up to an 86. Scoot is up to an 83, 82, 82, 81, 81. So I'm just going to have to work out. Look at all that green. They're such a young team, man. I love to see it. Hopefully we can do something this year. Maybe make it out of the 1st round at least. I will go ahead and change some positions over. All right, so this is going to be kind of crazy. We have exactly a 10-man rotation, and I really need to work out who I want to keep going forward. Otherwise, we will have to package some guys together to open up some minutes. So we have Scoot at the 1, Jalen Green. I moved Jabari to a full-time 3 at 6'11". Hopefully we can turn him into a sort of Kevin Durant type dude. Xavier Booker at the 4, Şengün at the 5, KPJ as the 6-man, Kenyon Martin Jr. as the 7, Tari Eason, Usman Garuba, and Josh Christopher. We are pretty deep. But I'm going to go ahead and change some of these around because I would rather play Brandon Miller. So even though Josh Christopher was good for us, I'm going to go ahead and give 10 minutes to Brandon Miller. I guess this is the one upside of playing with injuries, because when people do get hurt, you get a chance to play these other dudes. And honestly, I don't think Usman's in my plans going forward. So I think I might go ahead and give those minutes to Josh Christopher. You can go about 12 there, 18 there, 22 there, 25 there. And Kevin Porter Jr., he's a good 6-man, but I don't know if he's worth keeping just for the amount of other guys we have that we could play. He's also got 3 years left on his deal, although they do have team options on them. So I might go ahead and assign maybe Jackie Lowe over to the G League. He was our 2nd round pick, but he should have been a lot higher. So I'm feeling pretty good, man. This team progressing very well. You love to see that. Keep our proficiency at 7 seconds. And have they moved us up at all? We're at number 9 in the power rankings. That's kind of cool, man. Go ahead and assign Jackie to the G League. Now, the only issue is we really don't have any vets. If we go here, the oldest guy on our team is Kevin Porter Jr. And I would definitely say he's not the most mature guy in the league. But it's all good. We just have so much young talent. So let's go ahead and start and just see where this team ends up. I'll see, maybe I do have to trade a few guys in a package in order to get some more minutes available. We'll see how that goes. Those guys are all still on our untouchable list. And I guess I should also be adding Xavier Booker, which is kind of crazy. So we technically have 5 untouchables just because I think they're all going to progress so well. But I guess we'll see. So let's go ahead and get on with it, shall we? And I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now, bro. We are 38-17 at the trade deadline. What? You can't be serious. 38-17. That puts us a decent lead ahead of the 2 seed. How about the East? Are we also the top over there? So we're worse than the Pistons, who would also be a fun rebuild because of their young talent. But we're just so good, man. I genuinely was not expecting this. So I was going to say a big trade might be coming next off season or next season, but we're already so good. So 17-7 for Scoot. His efficiency has gone way up in his sophomore season. Holy crap. And then Jalen Green, 21-6 on 50, 40, 85. Even Jabari's shooting 50, 38, 94, 14.5. Xavier Booker is a rookie putting up 15. Alpi's putting up 14, 5, and 8. Yeah, no wonder we're good. Even Kevin Porter Jr. is an elite 6-man. Kenyon Martin Jr. has been elite. Tari Eason has been really good. Brandon Miller, not so much. Per 36, about 9, 8, and 4. I mean, that's okay, but 40%, 29%. I can't fault him too much. He didn't really play for us last season. So I guess he can keep getting those minutes. And then Josh Christopher's actually been better. So we'll go ahead and give those 2 there. I'm not sure that's going to make the biggest difference. What I might do is I might trade away a package of maybe Usman Garuba. We don't really have a backup big anymore, but that's okay because we still have Alpi and we still have Booker. I might actually make Alpi's backup position a 4. And I mean, Julian Phillips isn't even playing for us. He was our 29th overall pick. Same with Ty Washington, actually, from 2022. So we have 2 29th overall picks that aren't playing, and then we have Usman Garuba. So I might see, do I package them into a trade just to get them off the books? Because otherwise they're kind of just sitting there. I mean, I'd like to maybe keep Julian Phillips, but I would see if they can bring me anything. No, I don't think there's any point doing that, man. So I reckon we ride out the rest of the season like this, and then we make any decisions in the off season because we'll really have a good idea of who's going to play for us, who's going to jump up 5 overalls or whatever. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. The fact that Xavier Booker's already playing like an 81, it's probably going to be an 85. Same with Bari. I think next year's our year, man. But hey, we'll see. We're 38-17. Let's just go to the end and see what happens. We finished with 58 wins. LaMelo is your MVP. Shout out to the Hornet series. And Xavier Booker, we get back-to-back Rookie of the Years, dude. That's crazy. Although Nick Smith as a 6-man puts up 24. Mobe is your Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Suggs. And we get Coach of the Year. I was talking about next year. This might be our year. I mean, I don't want to talk too soon because this game's weird. and it definitely appreciates experience. But let's have a look. So in the first round, we have Portland. So we're going against Vic. So we've got our Scoot versus Vic matchup. We already sort of had a look at this. I just need to have another quick look at the statistics to see who we want to play and who we want to cut for this rotation. And we're just such a young team, man. This is kind of crazy. Brandon Miller actually finished the season there on fire. He got his efficiency up too, which is good. It did eventually take his minutes away and give them to Usman Garuba, who I don't think is going to play anyway. So let's just have a look at these guys. So Josh Christopher's going to get that 9-man spot. Tari Eason, we can give about 20 minutes. Kenyon Martin, we can also give about 20 minutes. And then Kevin Porter Jr. was pretty good, so he can stay at 25. Now this is where it gets interesting. So Şengün definitely has a payday coming up. I'm just trying to work out who I want to play here. Obviously, we can get more minutes to our guards. We can go about 40 there. Take away one of Scoot's minutes there. We'll get up to 30 for Alpi. And we might actually have to drop the bench a little bit just because I would like to play those other guys a little bit more. Maybe we'll go 18 there, 20 apiece to those guys. Worry we can get up to 30. 32 for Booker and 33 for Alpi. So I'm happy with that. Let's see, did Portland pick up anybody else? They still have Dame, they still have Anthony. Shaden Sharp's progressed nicely. Grant Williams at the 4, that's not a terrible pickup. And then Vic, that is a nice team. Hopefully we can beat them. Game 1, we win. And it's a blowout, let's go. Jalen Green with 27 and 7. Alpi 18, 9 and 6. I will actually just go ahead and I totally forgot to make his backup position a power forward. Dame had 20 and Vic had 13. Okay, so Alpi playing some good defense. Game 2, they do win. I don't have the greatest feeling in the world about this series because we are the 1 seed, but we are incredibly young. We do go up 2-1 though. Dame has 32. Jalen has 28. Can we go up 3-1? We can. Awesome. So Anthony has 20, 16 for Dame, 32 for Scoot. Let's get it. I mean, come on, man. The amount of times Houston smacks me and makes crazy comebacks, give me some love too as well, 2K. Xavier Booker, the rookie, with 30, 10, and 4. So we got kind of blessed with him falling to 3. Let's see, who do we have? The Jazz? We do. They actually beat the Warriors. That's kind of crazy. So they got Kyrie. I've seen that happen quite a lot, actually. And it's not totally unrealistic because Kyrie is a bit of a crazy dude. Colin Sexton is an 85. They have Anthony Black at an 80. But Kenrich Williams at a 78. I mean, he's not much lower than Xavier, but Xavier's a lot better than that. We are better at the center spot, technically. So, I mean, we're pretty much better than that team, but you never know with this game. So, game 1, they do win, of course. I don't think we should have dropped a single game to this team, but I guess Kyrie's just going to carry them, huh? Game 2, they go up 2-0. In a 1-point win, dude. Come on. What is that fourth quarter? We won by 38 to 23, so where was it then? I guess we just decided to make a comeback and then couldn't complete it. Can we win a single game? We go down 3-0. This is my problem with you, 2K. You make no sense. Okay, so I'm going to drop that down to a 9-man, and usually doing what 2K wants to do helps you out. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's just simcast this. Let's not get swept in round 2 after I was saying I got some love as Houston. And we're starting off horribly. I think we're going to get swept in round 2, maybe. Never mind. I don't know. It's still a close game. We probably will, though, just because this game hates me. But it looks like we're going to hold on, at least win 1. So, I mean, that would have been pretty embarrassing getting swept as the 1 seed. Usually, it's Houston doing this to me. And Scoot with 24 and 11. He shot 9 for 20. So maybe Kyrie's just showing the inexperience of our roster. See, we are in Houston. If we can win another one and maybe force a game 6, that'd be cool. It's a tie game here. Going into the 3rd, it's still close. It's back and forth. It's a 3-point game here in the 4th. We do take the lead. We go up by 6 here, and we lose in like the final 30 seconds. Are you serious, 2K? And it was Okbaji making a 3 right at the end. So we lose in 5 to a terrible 5-seeded Utah team, who then lose in 5 themselves to the Grizzlies. So I guess we were just too young for it, and we were a fake 1 seed. I don't know. Let's check the progression. I think this might be our season. Knock on wood, that's how I felt about this last one too. But is there anything I need to look at here? Not really, but we've got our high picks already. I think I'm just going to simulate. We'll see. I might even honestly just go straight to rookie signings and just let the CPU take whoever it wants. That'll be kind of dumb, because if we do get someone high value, we can probably trade them. So let's have a look. We do have the 10th overall pick. So lucky I checked. Isaiah Evans, this guy, I don't know much about this class, but there's actually 2 of them, different spelling. This guy was projected to go in the top 3. So, I mean, are we going to get lucky again? And then, let's see, is there anyone here? VJ Miller as well, yes please. And then outside of that, I'm not too fussed. So Nasir Cunningham, Robert Dillingham, they kind of go together. Let's see, pick 10, we got Isaiah, he's a 74. So it's not the greatest thing in the world. We will pick up those 2 in case we want to trade them. And we have some guys we have to pay. So this is getting a little bit scary. Hopefully we can bring everyone back. Who's first? It's Jalen and Alpi. They're both going to get a ton of deals. I'm just going to match what they get. Why would I renounce the rights on Jalen Green 2K? Are you serious right now? We can renounce them on Jackie, Dash, and Nix. We'll keep it open. We can actually renounce the rights on Usman as well. He's still young, so I'll keep them open. I'm hoping, okay, so we can match both of their deals because otherwise it would not let me sign them to a proper contract until after moratorium. So we get them both back. That's huge. We'll see what we want to do here. We still have these 3 guys as free agents. So as of right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just trying to think if I wanted to make a trade for a superstar, which position would it be at? We're pretty much happy with our point guard. We're happy with our shooting guard. So that's why part of me wants to wait for player progression so we can see who's actually going to get spots. So I might honestly do that. I don't know if that's a mistake because right now people would have cap. But I will go ahead and give these 3 guys contracts. Hopefully we can sign them all. There's 1 and then we can throw them into a trade. There's 2 and 3. Cool. So we have our entire roster back. Right, so I'm just going to go to player progression. This might be a mistake, but we'll see what happens. So I just need to really see who progressed so I can see who we want to keep and who we want to trade. So Jalen Green stays the same. Şengün's up, Scoot's up. So it might be a stud power forward that I'm targeting. We just have so many guys on the roster. So the good news is we have exactly 15 guys, which means I didn't have to cut anyone and we can make a big splash at the deadline. We can see who's rebuilding. We can definitely go for them. And it also gives us a chance to see how everyone's performing. I don't know why they're not trying to start our best guys, but we're such a deep team. You could comfortably pretty much play everybody here in the 13-man, and then you could even make an argument for either of these 2 guys. But I was just thinking about it. Maybe I should have fired Steven Silas because losing as a 1 seed in the second round in 5 games is kind of unacceptable. But we'll give him one more shot, and if he's not performing, we'll definitely fire him this season. But that said, let's go to the deadline and then we'll see if there's any splashes we can make. I just want one more superstar. It can be any position because we're good pretty much everywhere. 9 seed in the power rankings again. Let's just go to about February 2nd and see how we go. Actually, we'll go to the end of January and I'll see you guys there. All right, so we're a week before the deadline. We're 40 and 11, so obviously we're elite. But I think I'm ready to make a trade. We've built through the draft, as I said, and now we just need to really slim down on the amount of guys that we have. So everyone's playing really well, but I think, unfortunately, Xavier Booker is going to be the odd man out. We want to keep Bari, and we can try to get a more elite power forward. So I've narrowed it down to these guys. Tried to get Giannis and Tatum. No dice. So I'm thinking the next option is either Anthony Davis or Joel. Obviously, Joel's higher overall. He's playing a little bit better. Anthony Davis fits better, but he's also cheaper. And actually, just because Embiid is the higher overall and he's playing better right now, I'm going to try and get him first. And then if I can't, I'll go after AD, but I'll let you guys know what happens. All right, and just like that, the 76ers would agree to this offer. We're basically giving up Xavier Booker, Kenyon Martin, Josh Christopher, Brandon Miller, Isaiah Evans, and a first-round pick. We do also even get some rotational guys back, which we don't really need. But the main thing there is going to be Embiid. I don't know how the spacing will work. 2K is a weird game, so Alpi or Embiid can play the 4. But I'm going to go ahead and accept that. There's our blockbuster trade. And Embiid technically goes up a tiny bit as a power forward, so probably makes more sense to have Şengün as our 4, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and change Embiid over to a full-time power forward, sort of like what the Wolves did with Cat, to mixed results, but Embiid's obviously a much better defender than Cat. And now I still have a few young pieces left, so I might trade a couple of those guys just to fill out this end of the bench a little bit better. I want to get rid of Usman as well. I don't really want to keep him, but we did manage to keep Tari Eason and Kevin Porter, which is a huge dub. So, I mean, keeping Usman isn't the end of the world. That said, he hasn't been too good. So I might try to fill out a couple more bench positions. But I did stick to my guns. This team was foundationally built on the draft, and it's just this last massive trade we've used with our draft picks to sort of make something happen there. All right, then we're going to do this trade here for Derek White and VO. Then I'm going to do this trade for Precious. They agree to that. And I'm just going to go ahead and sign Lonnie Walker out of free agency. Cool. So I think that's our team for the rest of the season. Obviously, we did make a few trades here, but the foundational pieces, the main guys on the roster, the stars are still guys that we drafted / looked after. So hopefully that didn't sell the team as it usually does with the chemistry and the fit or whatever, even though it's not really turned on. But let's see, hopefully this is our year. If we start losing games, I might fire Steven Silas, even though we're 40-11, but kind of like how Dwayne Casey was fired after winning Coach of the Year. But we will see how we go. We immediately lose the first game, win the second one. Is what it is. I will see how we go, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Right, so we did technically win more games, 62 this year, up from I think 58 it was. Nick Smith is just balling out as a six-man. Giannis Depoy, Murray Bailey. Nick Nurse gets Coach of the Year, but we had the same amount of wins as them, so that's a little bit disrespectful. Do we have any All-NBA players? We have Embiid on third team. That's pretty cool. We also get Embiid on all defensive second team. You love to see that. All right, so we are the 1 seed again. Hopefully things go a little bit better for us in this playoffs. We have Sacramento in the first round. And for the playoffs, I would assume Lonnie Walker is getting cut, and that is the case. So Scoot gave us about 14. I wish he'd score a bit more, but 7 assists on 50, 30, 81 split, so his 3-point percentage went down. Jalen Green's scoring went down to 22 and 6, 50, 45, 83. I hope we just don't have too many mouths to feed. Bari with 14 and 6 on good efficiency. Embiid 23, 50, 40, 80. Şengün 14 and 9 with 5 assists is crazy from your center. 48, 34, 85 splits. Tari Eason 14 on 40% from 3. KPJ 11 and 5 off the bench. Derek White shot really well for us, and Precious Achiuwa was good too. How was Lonnie Walker in his minutes? About 6 on 4. Yeah, he shot really well too. Okay, so everyone's been good. I think the question is just going to be, can we get the ball around enough? So 99 shot tendency, 95 touch tendency. We can lower that to about a 95 and that to a 90. 85-80 is good with me. We can lower that to about a 90, about 85 there, 83 touches. All right, looks good to me. Okay, so round 1 against the Kings, they have Lonzo, Kevin Huerter, Franz Wagner. They did offer me Kevin Huerter in one of those trades. We got 1-0. We win 138-101. Embiid with 26, 17, and 4. Şengün with 18 and 10. That's what I like to see. Can we go up 2-0? We can. Beautiful. So I think the key with these younger rebuilds are actually probably more entertaining and more fun. But you can just build around you guys. And I might have made a mistake trading for Embiid. I guess we'll find out. We're up 3-0. Can we sweep them? They win a game. Can we just win in 5? We do. Awesome. I thought they were going to go ahead and force a game 6, but we gentlemen sweep them. 21 for Embiid, 26 for Kelly Oubre. So round 2, we have Memphis. They've been dominant this save. Let's see. They have Jar. Scoot hasn't really progressed as well as I would have liked. That's probably because we have so much talent on the roster. Jalen Green and then Jabari. So we are a better team, but I'm not going to put anything past Jar. They'll probably win game 1. They do. This game, they win by 2. Can we just not go down 2-0? All right, we tied up. Beautiful. Jabari with 31. That's what I like to see, man. Embiid, he's been really good in the playoffs already. 22 and 10. I mean, he could be scoring more, but I think everything is just so split around everyone, which I think is sometimes a bad thing in 2K, but we'll see if we can go up 2-1. All right, we go down. I'll see if we can change any of the minutes. I think there is something in the algo that tells you you're better off just building the team you have, and any major trades will kind of shake things up. But surely adding Embiid isn't the end of the world. I mean, the fit's a little bit odd, especially because we can't feed everybody. But let's see what happens here. Can we tie it up 2-2? If we lose to Memphis, Steven Silas is gone. I'm just going to be honest. Looks like they have a bit of a lead here. It's back and forth. We really need to win this game. It's a tie game here. We take a little lead, 2-point game. It's a tie game again. They're up by 1. We do take the lead. Just don't choke this. They won on a game winner, 2K. I hate you. I literally hate you. This game's so terrible. Embiid has 39. They're going to beat me in 5, aren't they? Okay, no, we win that game. 151 to 131. So we're just not playing any defense. I think also the 7-second system, even though we're at 4.5 stars, doesn't really work in the playoffs. I feel like you're better off with a balanced system. All right, let's go ahead and simcast this one too. We're in Memphis. It's times like this I wish they hadn't taken out the hierarchy of scoring. So you could pick who you wanted to be your first, second, and third option. Obviously, you can still do the shot tendencies, but that's not exactly the same. We really need to win this one, 2K. Please don't make me lose. And it looks like, knock on wood, we are going to win this. Okay, thank you. We win by 9. We almost choked there. Golden State made it through to the next round. So it's just been Jar, hasn't it, really? Yeah, that's what I was saying. We just can't stop him. And I don't think Scoot has been good enough to the point where he can sort of alleviate not being that great on defense. He's not shooting the ball well from 3. I mean, he's still very young, so we could very well be better next season. Hopefully we don't have to do it next season, but let's see. We're back in Houston for Game 7 2K. Just let me blow them out, please. For the love of God, I'm begging you. I never get any sort of luck like this, but it looks like that might be the case. I'm not going to say it is because we tend to choke these leads, but let's go. We come back from a 3-1 deficit, which is all too common. Şengün with 38, 17, and 8. Let's go. It wasn't even Embiid. Jar has 27, 6, and 10, but it was not enough. The Warriors, Hornets, and Hawks on the other side. Who do the Warriors have? Okay, they still have Steph. He's getting older. They have Suggs, Wiggins, Kuminga. So I would dare say that the Grizzlies team was better, but you never know. So they do win game 1, of course. And Curry has 38 and 10. So I guess Scoot just can't guard a parked car. That's probably our biggest problem because point guards are just killing us. We just don't really play defense in general, so we might have to change to a defensive-minded coach. We do tie it up 1-1 though. 9, 5, and 10 from Scoot. Really not good enough. That time Curry only has 13. He has a stinker of a game. Can we go up 2-1? We can. Beautiful. But in a 1-point win as well. Thank you for giving me at least one close win. 35 from Scoot. There it is. He was due. Can we go up 3-1? We can. Okay, Curry with 32, Jabari with 32, and over there it's the Hornets. They're beating the Hawks, so they'd have LaMelo, Amen. I feel good about that team too, but let's just see if we can get out of here first. So I'm going to go ahead and simcast this one. We are at home in Houston, not off to a good start. Come back a little bit here in the second. It's a very back and forth game. And we do actually take the lead right there at the end in the 4th. I really thought we were going to blow that, but we actually beat them. And Embiid is your West MVP, so that trade worked out for us. LaMelo is your MVP over in the East. We already saw that team, but just to confirm, it's just him pretty much. I mean, he is a 96 overall. Embiid's a 95. So they have the best player in the series, but we have 2, 3, 4, and tied for 5. So we're a better team. We just can't let LaMelo cook us, which is what point guards have been doing this whole time. He has 36 and 9, but if the rest of his team doesn't step up, then it's okay. He has a 50 piece. I guess it does matter when he's going to drop 50 and 11. 23 for Amen. He was the MVP this season, right? Or was that last year? We got 2-1. This is pretty cool. Shout out to the Hornets series. I did this just recently. These young teams are a bit of fun. 34 for Green. Can we go up 3-1? We can, dude. Okay, 49 for LaMelo. I just need to see out of curiosity what he's been putting up against us. I mean, I could just go game by game, but I would rather just see it from this perspective. So if we go over to them, they are the Hornets. We go NBA Finals. He's he's averaging 41, 4, 10.5, 2 on 50, 50, 90 splits. So I feel like I didn't get that version of him in my rebuild, but at the same time, we did have a ton of other talent around him. So let's see, game 5, we are in Houston. Can we just close it out here like we did the last one? And then I wouldn't feel so stupid about this Embiid trade, because usually when I make trades like this, we choke, but this time we're not going to. Let's go, man. I love rebuilding these young teams. 44 seconds left, but whatever. Let's hop in. Let's get one bucket. All right, and we do have the ball. I'm just going to call a timeout to get our starters in. And let's get it, baby. NBA Finals. And the main guys on this team are guys that we drafted. Obviously, Embiid is that piece that put us over the edge, but I feel like every team has to have that at some point. Can we just go ahead and get around? I forgot that Embiid is now technically our power forward. Let's just go ahead and score here with Jalen Green. We get stuffed. That kind of sucks. I might just let them score here because we've pretty much won this. All right, LaMelo gets a shot to Green there. We got one possession left. Let's just see if I can score here. We'll run a pick and roll with our new duo. And then Embiid gets him in the air on the pump fake and he makes it. Let's go. So we do technically get the assist, but that's all fun and games. I'm just going to sim to the end so I don't have to sit through a 20-minute clip. It's cool sometimes, but I'm really not in the mood. So let's get it, bro. My apologies, I forgot I was blocking the score. I tried to move my camera for the regular season. I got to get used to moving it back and forth. But let's go. The Houston Rockets are your NBA champions. We win in 5 in Şengün. Let's go. Finals MVP. It wasn't even Embiid. 17, 9, and 6, 60-40 splits. That's awesome, dude. That makes me so happy. These young teams are so much fun to rebuild. It kind of sucks that I lost that recording at the start, that clip, but it's fine. You only missed the first off season, I believe, where I picked up Jonathan Isaac, and that was really it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. These young rebuilds are super fun to do. We built mostly through the draft. We brought in Embiid and some little pieces with trades, but you can see Jalen Green, Alperen Şengün, Scoot Henderson, Jabari Smith, Kevin Porter Jr., Tari Eason, all guys that we pretty much had homegrown. Not entirely true because, I mean, we did trade for Kevin Porter Jr., but I'm counting him as a homegrown Rocket because he's been here for a while now. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and hopefully the new lighting settings, video settings are good. Hopefully OBS doesn't keep messing up on me. Yeah, hopefully it looks good. You guys can let me know. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy, remember to leave a like, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day and peace out.